using Yahweh's principles of righteous judgment. Because, as we read here, we will even be judging angels. Can you imagine? We will be judging angels when we are resurrected, when we are in the kingdom. Let's also go to Deuteronomy 17. Deuteronomy 17, verses 14 to 20. Verses 14 to 20. When you come into the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving to you and have possessed it and settled in it, then you shall say that we set a king over me like all the nations around me. Then you shall certainly set a king over you. You may not give an alien the rule over you, one who is not your brother. Only he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to turn back to Egypt, so as to multiply horses, since Yahweh has said to you, you shall not again return in this way anymore. And he shall not multiply wives to himself, and his heart shall not turn aside. And he shall not greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. And it shall be when he sits on the throne of his kingdom, he shall write for himself a copy of this Torah in a book, from before the priests, the Levites. And it shall be with him, and he shall read in it all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear Yahweh your Elohim, to keep all the words of this Torah and these statutes to do them, so that his heart may not be lifted up above his brothers, that he may not turn aside from the commandment to the right or to the left, so that he may prolong his days over his kingdom, he and his sons in the midst of Israel. So this is the instruction that Yahweh gives if and when Israel would demand a king. Remember that Yahweh wasn't pleased at all that they demanded the king, but if they demanded the king, Yahweh granted their request, and they actually Yahweh himself chose the king. And then we see that this king, chosen by Yahweh, will have to write a copy of the Torah for himself and read in it daily, every day of his life. So, since we are called to become kings, we should take this advice to heart, of course. We too should be reading scripture every day. Back here in the old, it was already mentioned, the Worldwide Church of GOD, of which I was a member at the time. There was another member who, well, he decided to take this verse literally, and he really started copying manually. Well, I don't know if he tried to copy the entire Bible, but probably at least the Torah, the first 5 books, which is probably what this passage is also talking about, because of course at that time the whole Bible was not yet written. But the principle is clear, we should read in it. We have the comfort of having Bibles in different versions even at our disposal. So even without copying, we can have our own copy or even 5 copies in different translations, which we can and should read. That's the role of a king. A king must know Yahweh's Torah. I would say the roles of king and priest are partly overlapping, because a priest too has to know Yahweh's law and Torah, must be able to apply it. Let's go to Matthew 19. Matthew chapter 19, verses 27 to 29. Then answering, Peter said to him, "Behold, we left all things and followed you. the 11th brother, truly I say to you, you who have followed me in this world, when the Son of Man sits on the throne of his glory, you also will sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone who left houses, or brothers, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for the sake of my name, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. So here we see very clearly certain positions in the kingdom have already been given. It's already known, decided who will be ruling over each of the 12 tribes. So that will be the 12, well, I should say 11 out of 12 original apostles of Joshua. Judas Iscariot, of course, he did not make it. He was replaced with Matthias. So these 12 positions are already taken, and also we know that King David will be king over all 12 tribes of Israel. So we might say the 12 apostles will be reporting to King David, as he will be king of all 12 tribes. We know the parable of the talents. There also we see that those faithful servants who were able to double or to have 5 times more talents by trading with them, well, they were given authority over cities. So I would say we will be kings not of entire countries, but kings, or maybe we should say mayors of cities or barangays, whatever you want to call them. That will be our future role, and we should be preparing for that. And actually the preparation for your role as king and as priest is quite similar. For both roles we need to know Yahweh's Torah. We need to know Yahweh's instructions. We need to already practice teaching, at least at home. May I remind you that we all have sort of a small kingdom already in this day and age. If you own your house and lot, well, then you are kingdom over your house and lot, king over your house and lot, and also parents are sort of kings, priests, teachers of their own children. Even if you rent it, you know, you don't own it, but you rent it, but still you have authority over the property that you are renting. So we all have a limited responsibility in this life that is entrusted to us, and where we should practice these principles of teaching our children, of judging. You know, it says, do not judge and you shall not be judged, but may I remind you, we will all be judged. Even if you don't judge never, ever, you judge nothing at all in your entire life, we will still be judged. So what the passage is actually saying is, do not judge harshly, because if you do, you will also be judged harshly. But rest assured, we will all be judged, and actually the one judging is Yahshua, the Messiah. Yahweh entrusted all judgment to His Son. We will all appear before His judgment seat. So we should learn to judge now. You know, if your children quarrel, well, we should be able to sort of judge, you know, which child is right, which child is wrong, or maybe, you know, they are both wrong, could also be. He started, no, she started, whatever. So we should be able to handle such situations also in the office or whatever kind of work we do. We encounter all kinds of situations, and we should be able to handle those situations using Yahweh's principles. For that you need to know Yahweh's Torah, of course. So we are in training for our role as kings and priests. We should be reading scripture every day of our lives. We should be teaching our children, if we have children at least, we should be teaching them. We cannot leave that to school or to Sabbath class in congregation. It's our personal role as parents. If we do so, if we persevere until the end doing so, well then we will receive the crown of glory, you know. Bear in mind, as kings and priests, we will not go on a sort of eternal retirement, you know. We will not be lying in a couch for all eternity. I assure you, after 3 days we will be bored. So we will have an exciting job. Yahweh and Yeshua know us very well, and they will give us the job that really suits us. Again, if we have prepared. We should be prepared every single day of our life.
Thank you very much, Elder Marcel, for reminding us of our future role. The fact that is the sign of Yahweh for calling out the Israel for them to become a kingdom of the priest. Let's all stand for the tithes and offering.